Ooh, my boobs look great in this light. Jeez. Hey guys, it's your girl. Did I say OG
Teddy Bizzle?
OG Teddy Beauty back with another video. That's my thing that I do, okay?
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's your girl OG Teddy Beauty back with another video. So I'm doing a video today on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette.
Yay! I know I was gonna insert that. Was good.
Okay, so first things first, YouTube totally made me buy this palette. This palette just, I mean, when I looked at all the tutorials, I thought, okay, this palette looks amazing. It has really great colors. I haven't really seen another palette with so many berry tones in it. Now, I'm going to show you guys a palette in a second, but I just want to say a few things before I show you guys the palette. So, YouTube totally made me buy this palette, and, you know, like I said, the colors got to me. They have a good range of neutrals. They have a good range of mattes. There aren't too many different finishes in the palette. They probably have some shimmer finishes, some satins, and the rest of them mattes. But like I said, YouTube totally made me buy this palette because of the berry tones in the palette. And I just wanted to give my honest opinion on it because all the tutorials I saw was just like, oh my god, the palette's so great. Yay, buy it. You should totally buy it. It's my favorite. And I just want to say, these opinions are solely my own opinions. If you guys don't like my opinions, you guys can exit left or just do whatever with your opinions, but this is my opinion based on me purchasing this palette and using it myself. Now, now the palette looks like this. So it's like a felt tip, I guess felt tip cover or whatever. I'm not sure how to explain that. I like the cover looking, well, in terms of looking at it, but like the thing I hate about it is because of the material. If you have any type of makeup on your hands and you touch this palette, that's it. The palette's dirty. Like if you look at mine, I've only used it twice and there's like a concealer stain there, more concealer over there. There's like, I'm sure that's eyeliner right there, but you get the idea. The packaging looked nice, but I mean in terms of everyday use, I mean this packet's gonna get really nasty really quickly. I'm gonna talk about the colors in the palette. I still even have the plastic because like I said, I've only used it twice. The colors in the palette are nice. Like I mentioned, they have a nice array of neutrals, and what really stuck to me was the orangey shades and those rich berry tones. Now I'm going to show you what they look like. So these are the neutral. Oh, let me just take this brush out before it friggin' falls out. Just ruins this. So these these are the neutral shades along here. These are some of the more I guess peachy shades. The orange shade, dark brown, and then the berry colors here, but in between you can see some other neutral brown, taupey, almost neutral shades. When I purchased this palette, I paid $59, I believe, for it. I did think it was a little pricey in comparison to the other two. Well, she has a few different palettes, but in comparison to the first two palettes I purchased, I initially purchased the World Traveler palette and the Artist Couture palette. Now those two palettes were a lot cheaper. I think they were like $39 and they had the same amount of colors in it. Actually no, I think they had 12. I could be wrong, but I think they had between 10 to 12 shadows in it for the price, for $39, both of them. And this one has 14. So this one has 14. So this one actually does have a little bit more, and it was $59. The other palettes, the covers for them were just kind of like regular cardboard covers with like the graffiti style on them. So it was just a pretty like standard cover. So you can tell they did spend a little more and take a little more time in making this palette because of the casing and the packaging that it's in. In terms of the amount of shadows that are in the palette for what you're paying, it is still a good price. $59 for 14 shadows isn't bad at all. So I mean, in that sense, that's also very good. The powders, what am I talking about? The eyeshadows, when they're applied to the skin, they're very pigmented. The tones are very, very nice. Like I said, I haven't seen very many palettes or any palettes at all that I can think of outside of maybe the Morphe 35 old palette with berry-ish tones. I know that some companies have like single shadows that have tones similar to this, but in terms of like a full palette, I haven't really come across any that look quite like this. So that was another plus. And again, like I said, YouTube totally made me buy it. Every YouTuber was raving about this palette, so I picked it up because I'm like, you know what? It looks like it's a really good palette. Let's work with it. This is my con for this palette. This palette has a lot of fallout. Like, the first time I used this palette, I remember I was in a rush. I'm like, yeah, let me do a quick little look with this palette. I did it. I made a freaking mess on the floor. Like, there was eyeshadow everywhere. Like, as soon as I dip my brush into an eyeshadow, it would like scatter or jump into the other pan. And I'm actually going to show you what I mean. I'm going to get another brush because I don't want to use this brush. Just to show you guys what I mean. I'll be back. Okay, so I just grabbed my MAC 224 blending brush and I'm gonna dip it in one of the powders, in one of the shadows, so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I say there's a lot of fallout. I'm gonna get real close here. Okay, so that's when it's right there. So now look. Like, I don't even know if you guys, I don't even know if you guys saw that. I just tapped it in there and there was like a cloud of dust or shadow just there. Like it's on my pants though. I can't. Like, I really can't. I really want to like this palette a lot, but the fact that when you just dip it or whenever you touch, look at this, yeah, see? And so I dip my brush and look, the shadow, the eyeshadow jumped into another pan. That's what I'm talking about. You see that? Now this eyeshadow's in here.
Okay.
Like, why do I have to do that to use an eyeshadow palette? I shouldn't have to pull out my eyeshadow palette and be like, before I can use it. Like, I don't like that. So, like I said before, I really wanted to like this palette, but I do not like the fact that there is so much fallout in the palette. Again, I do enjoy the fact that they have really nice colors in here. I mean, I'm even thinking about, right, like how I can work with this right now. Like, the colors are really pretty, guys. They are really pretty. Another thing is that this palette comes with its own mirror, which is awesome. So like, this is a really good portable palette if you want to bring it around with you. And you can really complete one full makeup look using all the colors in this palette. But again, the damn fallout, like, you're gonna make a mess. If you're at your friend's house, you're gonna mess up their ground. If you're doing your makeup just sitting on the floor, you're gonna mess up your lap. Like, I messed up my table. My beauty table is white. Like, this, it's really messy, and it really bothers me because I have the other two palettes, and the other two palettes do not have this type of fallout. There is some fallout when I work with them, but not like this. Like, I could use a blending brush that it's this fluffy, lightly tap the shadow, and it's like a cloud of shadow. I'm not really a fan of that. I'm really not. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep this palette or if I'm going to return it. I just feel like if I do return this palette, Makeup Forever does have some similar single shadows that look close to these berry tones that I could probably get. Morphe, I know a couple of their palettes have tones like this already. Maybe I can find these in maybe another palette or just in the single shadows, but I'm not happy with the fallout of this. I just feel like it's way too messy, and for the price that I paid, there shouldn't be this much fallout. Like, I understand that, you know, not all the shadows or certain shadows will have more fallout because they're harder to formulate, but I mean, this palette is just, it's like I shouldn't have to be like I'm pulling out some type of ancient book or something. No, it's a freaking eyeshadow palette. I'm not happy with the amount of fallout that's in this. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this palette as of yet. I really still have to think about it. I want to keep this palette because of the colors, but I do not like to work with the fallout. I mean, I guess some of you are going to watch this video and say, okay, well, she can just do her eyes before she does her foundation. Yeah, but the fact of the matter is my table is still going to be dirty. The other colors that I didn't use are going to be dirty with the colors I did use. Like, that's just too much for me. Like, and then I'm gonna have to go like this when I'm done doing my eyes before. I don't want to have to do that, so I don't know. I'm really not sure what I'm gonna do with this yet. I'm gonna think about it, but that was my honest opinion on the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I know some of you guys might come for me in the comments because people swear by this palette. I've seen it all over YouTube. Like I said, YouTube totally made me buy this, but I am not feeling all this fallout from this palette. I just feel like, again, there's no need for me to be blowing eyeshadow out of the palette. Like, that's ridiculous. That's absurd to me. So I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do with this palette, but that's my honest opinion on the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this where I give my honest opinion on a product. Guys, another thing I wanted to talk about is, let me actually have a drink to this. I just passed 200 subscribers. Like I said before in my last video, that is not a lot to anybody else, but to me that is a lot. I feel like I am so thankful. I know my channel again is still very, very small, but thank you so much to my subscribers, or to the people that have subscribed to me, that are willing to see me on this journey as my channel is slowly growing. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for following me, and thank you so much for subscribing to me. If you haven't followed me yet, follow me on Instagram. My page is Glambyteddy Beauty. If you're not subscribed to this channel but you're watching this video, I think you should click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me. And another thing, guys, you guys should probably click the little bell so you guys can receive my notifications when I do upload videos, just so my videos don't get lost in whomever else you also subscribe to. But again, guys, thank you so much for helping me pass the 200 mark with my subscribers. I'm trying to get to 1,000, guys. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Again, follow me on Instagram at Glambyteddy Beauty. If you're not subscribed to this video, click the button. What are you waiting for? And also give me some thumbs up if I know you guys like this type of stuff. But I will have more videos coming to you guys. I'm just trying to get the ball rolling again. But thank you so much for watching. Bye.